Chicka chicka.
Yeah.
Kill Bill and Rev. We don't suck. Ooh.
Shut the front door. Keep the back door open for my dick. How you guys doing? We're back from our LA trip. So this is our first recording since yeah. Yeah, finally glad to not be fucking seeing your dumb face anymore.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I don't see my face anymore either, you know? I broke all my mirrors.
That's great. Yeah, ever since that plastic surgery.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah. I broke my mirrors and had plastic surgery just in case.
Well, that's how you had your plastic surgery. You broke all the mirrors with your face.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a very cheap alternative to what we explored while we were out in LA.
What can you say? I'm balling on a budget, you know?
I gotta say, I already miss quite a lot of our friends. I miss Ross, I miss Frank, I miss Matt, I miss Ryan, I miss Ben, I miss Dom, I miss
international fighting game superstar Justin Wong.
I miss a lot of people. Yeah, I even miss you already. I know it's been like just under a week, I would say, since we last kicked it, but it's gonna be weird now to like go back to the old rhythm.
The old me.
Don't make me go back to the old me, and yet we must. We have like a lot of ideas that we want to execute. We were really inspired and motivated while we were out there. Every time we go out to LA, I feel like we get motivated and inspired just being around very creative people, very exciting people doing lots of cool shit. Makes us want to do more cool shit. So we look forward to bringing more content to this YouTube channel outside of the podcast going forward. I wanna do more stuff that's just not just the podcast, because as much as I enjoy to do the podcast, there's more things I want to do too, and I know you do as well. So yeah, really excited just to explore more avenues going forward. And we did our first ever Let's Play, and Dan and Aaron crashed on it on our first Let's Play, so that was kind of tight.
That was tight.
We were with recording with the Super Mega Boys. You can go check it out on their YouTube channel. We were playing some Mario Golf, and that was fun as fuck.
Yeah, subscribe to them and the Game Grumps, because they crashed it, and it was really cool. Like, I mean, like, to be honest, we were both like super tired when we did that Let's Play.
We were definitely a bit delirious and tired, because I think that was the day before we left LA that we recorded those.
Yeah, it was.
Let's Play videos. So we were really tired. It was the last leg of our journey in LA, and we did a whole lot. We're not gonna talk about it too much on this episode, just because a lot of what we've done in LA, we have to kind of keep hush-hush about for now, just because there's lots of stuff that we're gonna try to reveal in the coming weeks. So instead of talking about the past and how wonderful our trip has been and all the lovely memories we've made, we'll talk about the existential dread that our current situations present to us.
That sounds like a great idea. I do want to spoil one thing though, and it's okay. If you have to bleep it, you have to bleep it. But we joined ISIS. So how are you enjoying it back in fucky old London town?
It's good. I really missed my girl, my fiance, and it's really good to be back and to see her and spend time with her and do things again with her. That's definitely the one thing I missed the most, and the reason I wanted to go back. It's like, obviously I wanted to stay in LA for a variety of reasons, but she was definitely the reason that I was like, well, honestly, I kind of look forward to going back, just because I think we've done a lot, and it's been a great month, but I need this person in my life, you know? And I haven't been apart from her for such a prolonged period of time, ever. We've lived together for 4 years. And it's good to be back in that regard, and I'm glad that I can still continue to record music and still do content with you, even if it's not necessarily all in person. There's still a lot of stuff we can create together. So I'm really excited about all the shit we're going to be doing, and just stoked about all the possibilities, I suppose. What about yourself? How does it feel to be back in old South Carolina town?
Dude, I love South Carolina town. It's my favorite town, honestly, if you'd ask me. No, I mean, it's been chill. Chill is the only word I could describe, because it felt like when we were in LA, like every movement we took had purpose. Even if it was just chilling with someone, it felt like it was like the right thing to do constantly, and we're always doing something, like which I like. That I like moving around and feeling like, oh, I gotta do this today, you know. And I mean, I do that here too, but there's like, I feel like less of a sense of urgency, because like it's not like, oh, we have a finite time here, you know. So
right,
it's like trying to keep that sense of urgency in my daily life in like the slowest town in America. You know what I mean? That's a bit of a, I wouldn't say a challenge, but like it's just something that like I'm like working on, like keeping that going, because I mean the first few days I just like crashed. Like I was just like tired as fuck, and it was like everything hit me at once, like being a little jet lagged, and also just like resting after this time of just constant movement and constant like doing stuff like artistically, or like meeting people, or like going to shows with, you know, because we saw like Frank Japsy and Tabasco Sweet, you know, we did our own show.
Also, we got very little sleep in the last week or two while we were out in LA, because we needed to make sure we squeezed in everything we wanted to do, and so we had to work our time around all the things we wanted to accomplish. So we'd have to go to bed very late because we needed to do something before we went to bed, but then we had to wake up really early, so because we had to be here or there. It was exhausting. We're just always on the move, and it was great. I didn't feel exhausted while I was out there, because I think we were running on the high of like getting shit done.
For sure.
And once we came back, I think it's the jet lag, coming back to your old, you know, home environment, and all of that lack of sleep catching up with you. And then I also, you know, you remember I had a bit of a cold towards during the last leg of our adventure in LA. I kind of had a cold. Mm-hmm. And so sort of coming back with all of this, first few days I felt sick, to be honest, and kind of struggled to eat. Didn't have an appetite for anything. So I just tried to drink a lot of water and force myself to eat 1 or 2 bites every now and then. But I think I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, dude.
And this week I'm going back to sort of working full time on everything that we do. It feels good.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, too. Something that's interesting. I lost 12 pounds while I was in LA.
You lost 12 pounds?
Yeah, I for real lost 12 pounds. Isn't that crazy?
Dude,
like,
congrats.
and we were eating so shitty, too. Like, we were just like eating everything.
We were eating everything.
But it was just because we were like moving around so much. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know we've talked about this before, but here, like, if you don't have a car, like, you don't get anywhere. And so, like, I'm not like used to just like walking everywhere, you know? And just legitimately from walking up that hill, like walking up or down that hill like every other day or whatever, I've lost like 12 pounds. I thought that shit was kind of funny.
That's understandable. That's tight. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. We definitely walked quite a lot while we were out there. I can see, I think I probably lost a bit of weight myself from all the kind of activities that we partook in.
No, you just got like there. Incredibly buff.
Well, yeah, but that's for a different episode. Let's not talk about how buff I am just yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's keep this PG-13.
It's funny because like, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but like when you see Rav and you're like, oh yeah, what's he weigh? You know, he's not a very, he doesn't look super muscular, but then you take your shirt off. And then it's just like, boom. You see them veins popping, you know, and you start doing that little titty dance that you do.
Right.
You know the titty dance where you make it jump like one left, one right, one left, one right.
Yeah, I do this thing basically where like I make my nipples bounce around my chest. Like
just your nipples.
Just my nipples, they kind of go like bouncing off like the walls of my chest. If that makes any sense. So It's, low-key a flex. But again, as I said, let's keep this PG-13. This is going to be for a future episode. I don't want to reveal all my secrets just yet.
Let's keep this TV-14.
Yes, let's do that.
What's the difference between PG-13 and TV-14?
I don't know, man.
Because like TV-14, you don't ever hear anyone say fuck, but you can say fuck on PG-13.
You can show a little bit of wiener.
Just a tiny wiener, like a little, like a shaft. You can show some shaft.
No, but only like a portion of the shaft. Like it has to be less than 50% of the shaft.
You can
And
show a
then it's
little anus, but like 5% of anus.
5% of anus is TV-14, yes.
Yeah, TVMA is like 9% of anus.
9% of anus is the name of your next album. That's kind of funny how it's full circle, isn't it?
Way to spoil that too. God, dude. Cat's out of the bag.
You spoiled my big chest. I spoiled
your big weird nipple dance.
Right, yeah. It's not weird. Don't shame me for my abilities. Actually, Professor Xavier contacted me about my abilities, and he was like, honestly, we just kicked Wolverine out to give you a slot because we think we need you. In fact, I'm stepping down from my position because you should run this academy. And I told them...
real talk.
What's up?
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. Again, it's whatever, man. It's just Professor X. It's not like it matters.
Yeah,
whatever,
dude, it's not like that matters anyway.
No,
what is it? I just imagined you with Wolverine's facial hair, and it was like the funniest thing in the world.
It's not funny because it's what I look like, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, funny, like, because it's, like, so true.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, wow, like, I could be Wolverine's brother. I could be Wolverine. Maybe I am Wolverine. I am Wolverine.
Dude, are your bones the highest lasting?
Dude, my bones are the highest lasting. I am Wolverine.
I just imagine like the trailer for the new Wolverine movie, and you just hear him, he's like with super duper reverb, which I will add in post. I'll say, he'd be like, let's go, bub. My bones are the highest lasting. and then it's just like Wolverine 5 in theaters now, you bitch.
Wolverine 5?
Yeah, dude, they've had a bunch of Wolverine movies.
But now they're like resetting the X-Men movies, right? Because they've been bought. And they're going to be part of the Avengers Marvel universe now.
Oh, that's tight. I didn't know they got bought out. That's actually really sick.
They got bought out. And I believe the same goes for Fantastic Four. And I think they might be working on a Doctor Doom movie.
Damn, Doom.
He's probably going to be the next main villain because in the Marvel universe, like Thanos and Doctor Doom were kind of like some of the biggest villains.
Imagine when Doctor Doom gets a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet.
He's probably going to take over Wakanda first and then do some other fuck shit, but we'll see.
Doom's always on his fuck shit. I had this game for the Sega Saturn when I was like 7. It was Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, okay.
It's a Capcom game, but it's like the same like engine as it's like the prototype engine for Marvel versus Capcom.
Right.
But it was just Marvel characters, and I always liked playing as Doctor Doom because he had this one move where it's like he would just like shoot little tiny lasers all from his body, and the shit was real hard.
That is hard. And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm going to be the next Marvel villain. Ad read time.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, so Bill, tell me, why should I stop eating spaghetti?
You should stop eating spaghetti because it makes you fat.
So what's the product that you've got to help me stop eating spaghetti?
Okay, it's it's these glasses.
Go on.
And when you put them on, it makes spaghettis look like dead babies.
That's not gonna help. But
they're also covered in white wine vinegar, which is your least favorite.
Ew.
Dead babies dipped in white wine vinegar glasses, sold now, developed by Namco.
And NASA.
NASCO. So they do the fusion dance.
NAMSA.
Yeah, Rav, tell me more about the product's technological prowess.
So, sometimes I'd be like, I love spaghetti. You know me. I love spaghetti. I love pasta in general. So, whether it's a pomodoro or just good old butter and salt spaghetti.
Or a good old Bugusciani, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. And sometimes you kind of have to think to yourself like, well, maybe it's not the healthiest food. Maybe I gotta pump the brakes and eat something different for once. So I put these glasses on that NAMSA have fortunately developed for us. And I see that the spaghetti no longer looks like spaghetti, looks like dead babies. And I'm like, well, that's a turnoff. And then they're also covered in white vinegar. And then at that point, it's like, look, overkill. So, I go ahead and eat potatoes instead. So, thank you, NAMSA. Really appreciate the dope products you're making tailored for all of the Americans.
Can I give I'm gonna give my testimonial. When I was a young lad, they actually called me Bill the Spaghetti Boy because I was always caught with some spaghetti in my pockets, just feasting away,
That's what they called you back when we were out in LA. Everyone called you that too. Like even when we went to Starbucks and you ordered food, they'd be like, "What's your name?" You'd be like, "Bill," and they wrote, what was it again?
The Spaghetti Boy.
And they wrote the Spaghetti Boy on it instead, and I'd be like, "This coffee macchiato for Spaghetti Boy," and you're like, "That's a me."
Yeah, and instead of coffee, it's just like a cup full of spaghetti.
It is, because you're a spaghetti boy, and so they figured that because they have that. They have like a spaghetti dispenser
They have
at Starbucks.
A big cup full of spaghetti with 2 shots of espresso in it.
Can I have a cup of spaghetti venti, please?
Give me that Trenta. That's that next level. You have a problem if you go into Starbucks and you're ordering a Trenta anything.
Enough about the sponsor. Let's actually talk about Starbucks. While we were out there, we went to Starbucks a few times. I always get the hot chocolate because I'm not a big coffee guy. I try to stay away from coffee for the most part. I like some Korean canned coffees and Japanese canned coffees. But for the most part, just coffee's not my favorite thing. I used to like it when I was younger, but I stay away from it now. So hot chocolate's my thing. But you always had like a really fancy kind of hipster order. I mean, at least to someone who's not initiated into the Starbucks coffee culture, your order definitely came across as like, hey, I'm one of us.
I would get a vanilla sweet cream cold brew just because it's on the menu.
But it always sounded like you said more than that. It sounded like a paragraph.
Oh, I got like a really good order one time. I go to my girlfriend Jordan's to go-to order sometimes, which is a iced caramel macchiato venti with soy milk instead of milk or whatever they usually use.
Got it.
And then if I'm getting real fancy, I'll ask for an extra shot of espresso because I need the sweet heart palpitations, Because the espresso is what gives you that cocaine feeling. Because, caffeine and cocaine are pretty close, atomically.
They're both like stimulants or whatever, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think the difference is, though, if you're addicted to caffeine, then maybe you just spend a lot of money on caffeine. But if you're addicted to cocaine, perhaps you might make some bad life decisions.
But do you think, if you get off coffee, if you stop drinking coffee, do you think you'd be kind of like an ass maybe for a couple of days, maybe potentially?
Me? No, I'm not. I don't actually think I'm addicted to coffee, or caffeine. I don't get I don't ever feel like I'm not addicted to it. Like I have a coffee like maybe once a day, but like
You can quit any day.
well, I mean like when we were in LA, there was like several days in a row that I didn't get a coffee and I was fine.
And
like I
you
didn't
were
even
just,
think about it.
Twitching.
Just
constantly.
yelling, irritable, just constantly like you were just like, "Hey Bill, how you doing?" I was like, "Fuck off." Just,
Hey Bill, how's it going? But I did, you know, I didn't blame you for that. Yeah. Mic check, mic check. Yeah. Hear the mouse click? Aye, check it out. Don't become a slave to somebody's expectations. Always walk away from somebody simply hated. Walking away when always obvious situations. It's popular to pray, still underground and face shit. The shit is basic, smoking on that bay-ish. Cloud 9 basics, face need a facelift. Light beams chilling through the window blind. Still in mind, this is how I'm living every day, bitch. Hey, bitch, how these old timers gonna treat me again? I've experienced more they ever did. Poor motherfucker, bitch, I stay on my shit. Fucking mad villain, still played in the wind. How can I kill my foe if I can't kill myself? That boy ain't right, said Hank kill himself. I was the first ever to be planking in hell, taking mad drugs that are bad for my health. See where I live, everybody talk shit about me. And I'm so slow, but I don't give a shit. Once I get my money right, bitch, I'm outie. Yeah, see where I live, everybody talk shit about me, but I don't give a shit. Once I get my money right, I'm outie, bitch, I'm outie. Take a bitch from you, eat her cooch, freak her, speak to her, leave her, oops. Friends on my jock tryna preach virtues, but once shit gets tough, they desert you. Who the best? I'm the one they refer to, the one they wanna chill with and pass the refer to. News just ain't like Bieber, dude. I'm Bieber, flu times Reaper, true. My shit don't stink, I don't need perfume. Whatever the fuck I go, homie, I leave herb fumes. Leave reality, feel like a freaker. Hey Bill, kick a freestyle for us.
Yo, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it. This is for the hood.
Put a beat underneath it.
Okay. I got the beat going in my head right now. All right, check it out. Listen, I do this for my people on the block. Come through the spot, man, it's still fuck a cop. Yo, fuck a op. I got the big Glock. Come through, I let out 6 shots. I'm 6 pot. Which watt? Whippity. I got that walk, I sip that. Come through with a 10-pack of beer.
This is really good, dude.
Yeah, this is what I do. This is how I freestyle.
This is really good, dude.
Beer.
It's just a bunch of guns and beer at the end.
Shh, quiet, dude. I'm still rapping.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, beer. I need beer. If I don't have beer, I'll start getting severely agitated. I'm not an alcoholic. I just need some beer. Liquor. Do you have some liquor? How do you figure that you do not have any liquor? Please. I need it.
Dude, that's really
Dude, I'm not
funny that
done
you
yet,
just came
dude.
up
I'm
with
not
all of
done.
that.
I'm not done.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Check
yeah,
it
sounds
out.
like you're channeling something.
Yeah, check it out. I need cocaine. I could quit any day. I need cocaine like Hank Hill need propane. Where you go, man? I need coke. Give me that white snow on the bluff.
Very
I'm not
good.
done yet. All right, I'm done. Thanks. Thank you. Seriously though, do you got any blow, dude? I'm scared. Please. Are you
How's it going, dude?
doing good? You got over that like post-orgasm regret like real fast.
I don't have post-orgasm regret. You do?
No, not really.
I don't. I feel like yes, I did that. I made that. That came out of me.
That could have been a baby.
I'm an artist. I create stuff.
Yeah, sure.
So speaking of creating, Bill.
Yeah.
What's good?
I mean, honestly, man, I be painting.
Go on.
I take a paintbrush and I dip it in some nice oil paint and some lead-based paint made of pure lead. I be huffing that shit, man.
Okay, all
like,
right.
if you want to keep it a buck, like, it's just like, you know, my mama, she say to quit. I'm just like, nah.
Nah, I'm gonna quit this glue when I quit this cocaine, when I quit this caffeine.
Yeah, exactly. And then she's just like, let me get a line of that.
Let me get a line of that caffeine.
Let me get a line of that lead-based paint. Sorry, I had a fucking stroke just now.
It must be from all the fucking lead-based paint.
Yeah, dude. It's sick. Yeah.
It's sick. It works real well, and
It keeps me sharp. Wait, can I just say that anytime someone says it keeps me sharp about a substance, it never keeps them sharp. I just want to point that out.
unless they're talking about the paint.
Yeah, except for that.
Because the paint
yeah.
definitely keeps me
Or
sharp.
perhaps like putting your hand inside of like a pencil sharpener could keep you sharp.
Right. Well, could technically like caffeine, you could argue that caffeine, cocaine, or Adderall keep you sharp because that's kind of like what
The
they're
whole point
supposed
is,
to do.
yeah.
Sort of.
But if anyone says like about another substance, like, I don't know, never mind. You ever just
Dude,
say
that heroin
you
keeps
ever
me
be
sharp.
this H keep me sharp. Hey yo, this DMT keeps me sharp.
Yeah, dude, I take DMT because it keeps me sharp.
You're just like in a corner. You're like in a corner of a room for like 15 minutes, just like staring at the wall, wide eyed. It keeps me sharp.
I am the sky god. I am one with sky god. And you're like, dude, I can't stop taking this DMT. It just keeps me sharp. What can I say?
I had a friend who did DMT, and he said that he like lived the entirety of another person's life in 15 minutes. Like, he said that I don't know how true this is now, because you know how people are. You know how those druggies are. But
It's the same if you look a Switch game. It just does the same. It makes you live a lifetime of another person's life. I once licked the Switch cartridge, and I lived Alex Jones's life.
damn, how was it?
It's fucking sick.
Awesome. Yeah, no,
My
he said
wife
that
left me.
He said that he like was an Inuit in Alaska, and like he literally went from like birth to death, and then like when he like came to, he like cried because he realized that like he lived an experience like that was completely false. And
Did
it
he
was
miss-
like,
no, okay, that's lame. I thought he would cry because he misses his wife.
I mean that too. Like it was like, but his wife had already died by the point that he.
What if he like complained like that dumb bitch, fucking Susan.
Yeah,
Hate Susan.
his Inuit wife Susan.
And does he remember the names of all the characters that existed in his life?
Yeah, no, he said the names, and he was listing off like his cousins' names and like how they like lived, or like what was their main personality trait, like how they died, like all this stuff, as if he was like talking about people that he really knew. Like, you know, you'd be like, oh yeah, my cousin Ricky, you know, he's addicted to lead-based paint. But it would be something like that. But it would be something that would apply to like living in, I'm not sure what time period, but probably in the past in Alaska.
How much knowledge does he have of like people living in those kind of places? Like, so when he was reciting the names, were they like just obviously just names that his subconscious put together in association with those places, or does he have some knowledge and so he was able to pull from some real.
Oh, I feel like it was probably his subconscious, because like I know that guy, and like he's pretty well versed in a lot of like cultures and stuff, but I don't think that he knows like Alaskan Inuit culture at all, you know?
Right. Do you think? I wonder if like his subconscious, because it couldn't pull on all this kind of information from its own sort of knowledge banks. Did it maybe pull on some just like other places in his head and just came up with funny shit, like unintentionally?
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean?
He just says things that are like vaguely like Native American sounding as names or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Give me an example. Give me 4 examples.
Oh God, don't make me do this. Please, actually, don't make me do this.
Guys, my plan is to get Bill canceled sometime this year,
man.
and I'm working my way towards it. One day I'm gonna catch Bill slipping on the podcast. Problem is he edits the audio these days most of the time now, but it's okay. I usually edit after him, so I can always just insert it. Sometimes I do insert and remove stuff after you've edited it. So I hate saying that. Edited it.
I saw this thing online that was like a bunch of like phrases or words that are like your least favorite words, and edited it was like the top one.
Really?
Yeah, it was like that.
That makes me really happy.
Let me look more up. Hold on.
Because like if you say, did you edit it? That sounds fine. But like, yeah, I've edited it. Like, I've edited it. There we go. It just sounds like... It just sounds stupid, you know what I mean?
I'm going back to this thread really quick, if my phone will ever load it.
More like this threat to our nation.
Yeah,
Let's
that
talk
too.
about it.
Tell me about it. Tell me about your goddamn motherfucking. I don't know you. You don't know me. Fuck it. I don't know. I don't know where they came from.
So when you were in school, did you ever just like grab a book from one of the classes that you were taking and grab whiteout and remove like various characters' mouths and eyes and draw your own?
No.
Oh, dude, I used to do that all the time.
That's
so
funny though. I
like,
would definitely do it. I did one time. I used whiteout to like spell out a funny word. One time, like
yeah,
poop.
that's another good thing to do. Yeah, I love to do this thing when like the class was over and the teacher wasn't around. There was something on the whiteboard, and you just like erase a few letters to make something stupid. Yeah.
I'm gonna
everybody loved it.
I'm gonna hit you with
Especially
a bunch
the
of.
teacher.
I'm gonna get, according to Bustle.com, I'm gonna hit you with a bunch of words right now that are the 11 like least. They're the 11
American.
most hated words in terms of like just how they sound.
Words or phrases or both?
I think it's just words.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hit you with them, and I want you to rate this word from 1 to 10. Like 1 being you hate it. Actually, no. We're gonna rate it 10 being the grossest, 1 being not the grossest, or like the
Okay,
least
so
offensive
1
to you.
being kind of like, oh, I like it, and 10 is like
10 is like how much you hate it. Yeah.
Keep it out of my America.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. So number 1, moist.
I give it a 2.
Give it a 2. I hate moist.
I don't mind moist because it's very descriptive, just sound wise. It just sounds like what it is, and it's very specific. You know.
Yeah.
I prefer calling certain things moist rather than humid. So I like it. It's got a lot of purpose to it. I don't mind it. It gets a 2.
Okay, cool. I give it like a 7. I really don't like it. It's the
Fair enough.
the like oi sounds like real like.
For me, it's this. It's like moist.
Yeah, it's like it's just really. I mean, it sounds like what moist is.
Moist, wet carpet.
Okay, number 2, phlegm.
Yeah, that's fucking gross. That's an 8.
Yeah, it's really up there for me, but I will say phlegm sounds exactly like what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. It's definitely very descriptive. Again, of it on its own, it just sounds like, oh god, it's coming out. What would you give it?
Oh, I give it like a 8. Maybe a 9 actually. Because it's got the G. Like, why does it have a G in there? It's like phlegm. It's like almost like
You
once
know
you
what?
phlegm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That G elevates it to a 9 for me too.
Yeah,
dog.
no, okay. We'll settle with a good 9. We'll agree on a 9 for that. Okay. So number 3. Oh, I don't like this word either. Ointment.
I'd give it a 5.
I give it like a.
It doesn't bother me too much.
I think also just like because like ointment is like a weird creamy substance that like old people use all the time. It makes it worse for me.
You don't use ointment?
I mean, for what? Like burns. I don't get burned a lot
Chafed
though.
thighs?
No, I don't use ointment on my chafed thighs. Number 4, panties.
Give it a 1 because it's not gross to me at all. It's funny. Like panties, especially because I guess I came up on Dragon Ball. Like, to me, it's just funny.
Also, it's just like, I feel like there's like a bunch of different ways to say the word panties. So it's like, I don't know. I'm from the South, so everyone's like panties, and it sounds like really hilarious to me.
That sounds funny. Yeah, panties.
Panties. You got panties in a bunch. Tell you what, Bo.
It sounds like a funny way of saying penis.
Yeah.
Look at your penis.
Look at his penis.
You got his penis out.
Okay, this one I'm gonna give a 1.
So how much do you give it? Hey, give it a. Okay, you're giving it a 1 too. Okay,
yeah,
good.
I'm giving. Well, yeah, I give this one a 1 as well. I can see why it would gross people out, but I don't think it really grosses me out. Number 5, lugubrious.
Oh.
I love that word.
Lugubrious?
Yeah.
I love lugubrious.
Just
yeah,
because
it's
of
great.
Little Ugly Me.
I mean, it's you know, I mean, I don't like to feel lugubrious, but it is what it is. It's a good word.
Okay, so number 6, curd.
Gonna give that a 6.
Okay, I actually don't mind curd that much, but I hate the word curdle.
That's exactly why I gave it 6, because I thought curdle, and I'm like, well, it's necessary sometimes, but it's just gross when I picture it, so it's gonna get a 6.
Okay, this one's not a gross one, but I hate this word so much. Okay? Rural. I say rural. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a rural county. Rural.
Yeah, I said rural.
Rural.
But
Rural.
are you making fun of me? Meanwhile, you're just groaning it. Roll.
I'm looking through this list. Oh, they don't have my least favorite word of all time on it.
I give rural a 7 just because it's hard to say sometimes.
Yeah, 7. Okay,
It's not gross though. Maybe no. Fuck it. It gets a 4.
not all of these are gross. They're just words that people don't like.
Okay, but you okay?
Dollop.
Dude, I'm getting all these fucking dollops.
Yeah, I don't really like the word dollop. I think it's just like there's other words that are just better words to use.
Yeah, it's an okay one. I give it a 4, 3, maybe.
Yeah, it's just kind of like an
whatever.
underwhelming word to me. Slurp.
I give it a 1 because I love slurp.
Yeah.
Every time I think of slurp, I think of me slurping up ramen noodles, you know? And
Yeah.
I enjoy doing that.
I like the word
and
slurp.
there's no better way to use it. So slurp sounds cool. I like it.
It
gets
also
a 1.
reminds me of slurm, which is a funny ass word.
Slurm is great.
Okay, so we were in agreement. Slurp
Also
is a great
reminds
word.
me of slurmph,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is something from the Game Grumps.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Slurp.
which was the name of Link in their Ocarina of Time playthrough.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. We watched some of that in the
Yeah,
RV.
yeah, it was great.
Okay, number 10, mucus.
Just because I hate mucus in general, and mucus does kind of.
It's like a nerdy gross word, like mucus.
Right. Hey, dude, stop shooting your mucus on my cheek again. It gets a 7.5.
Yeah. Can I'm going to make up a word.
Okay.
Pukus. What do you think of that? I gotta take a pukus. And you just puke in the toilet.
That's an amazing word. I like it. How about I make one up too?
Go for it.
Burncle.
Burncle.
Burncle. Doesn't it sound kind of weird? I like Burncle. I like Pukus and Burncle.
Is that like your uncle, but if your uncle is Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, actually, that should be our new names. Pukus and Burncle.
Pukus and Burncle.
Pukus and Burncle. Doesn't it sound like it would be a cartoon in the 90s?
The Adventures of Pukus
like
and Burncle. And like we're just like really gross all the time. Like as soon as we come in, we just like burp and fart.
Oh yeah.
Like one of us burps,
like,
one of us farts, the other one sniffs the air, you know, like.
Right, and then like in season 3, we have like our little cousin that joins that just stretches his semen, and then people don't really like it, and so he kind of disappears later on in the season.
Yeah, he goes back to Hawaii.
He gets hit by a car in Hawaii.
He goes back to Hawaii and then dies.
Yeah, what if that's how they try to get rid of a character? Hey guys, so actually, why don't you share your own made-up words that you think would sound kind of gross in the comment section, and we'll read them out in the future episode and rate them out of 10 the way that we rated the words that Bill just read earlier. So give us your best or your worst. Try to keep it PG-13. So none of that jizz shit. None of that.
Yeah.
None of that cum. Cum is a fucking gross ass word.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a certain.
I'm going to cum.
It sounds
I'm
like
about to cum.
No matter what you say, it's like you sound like you're like a 45-year-old white dude.
Yeah.
Like I just imagine like a dude who's like, I'm gonna come. You know?
What's that in the corner? It's my cum. That's my cum.
It's my cum.
Don't touch that
Cum.
second shelf. It's my cum. My cum is in that jar.
It is. What is that jar? It's full of the incumbents' cum.
It's a jar of cum. It's my jar of cum. Don't touch it. Yeah, I don't know. Cum is gross.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna talk about my least favorite word. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Wasps.
It's my favorite. I think it's one of my least favorite things to confront. Don't know about the word. Is it because of your association with just those
No.
assholes?
It's because I don't mind wasp. Wasp is a good word.
Wasps.
But there should be like a different word. Like how we have instead of cactuses, we say cacti.
Yeah.
There should be like waspi. Okay,
but
because
it's not Latin though, right?
wasps is so much like extra. It's like a whole nother syllable that's not supposed to be there. It's a 1-syllable word that you have to say in 2 syllables. Wasps. Wasps.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually a very interesting observation.
I don't like it one bit.
I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Actually, you know what? Octopus is another kind of annoying word.
Don't they say octopi though?
No, because it's. I don't. Is it?
I think it was like everybody thought it was octopi, but it was actually octopuses. But octopi sounds way better, so I just say octopi,
Okay.
even if it's wrong.
Okay, because I think octopus comes from Greek rather than Latin, so octopi would only work if it were a Latin word. But that being said, I think so many people probably say it that it's probably acceptable. You know, like one of those cases where like fish is now acceptable, but at one point people were like, no, plural fish is fish. But now everybody says fishes as well.
Okay, so octopi is erroneous, right? I just Googled it. But okay, the standard English plural of octopus is octopuses. However, the word octopus comes from Greek, and the Greek plural form is octopodes.
I see. Octopodes. Interesting.
Or octopodes. Is that right?
Or octopussies. I don't know.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like octopus eye.
Octopus
Can we
eye.
say that? Yeah.
How about
hey, baby, can you pop
octopusy eye?
that puss eye for a real one?
Yo, pop the octopus eye for a player. Yeah, you're right. That's the way to go for sure with that.
Yeah,
Well,
for
see,
sure.
see,
But yeah.
on this podcast, you learn shit. You know? You
yeah,
learn
I
shit.
learned, you learned, he, she, we,
Schlurned.
wumbo.
Schlurm. I'm gonna slurm
It's not
so
even
hard.
just slurm anymore. It's schlurm.
Schlurm. Oh, dude. You found my jar of schlurm. I don't know why I keep going back to like jar of cum. Like, I don't know why it's like an acceptable idea in my head that somebody would have a jar of cum.
Have you ever seen the video? Not the video, but the video about the photo of the dude who has the jar of cum with the My Little Pony in it?
No.
It's a video. I think it's by Wang. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure Wang did a video on it. But it was this guy on 4chan who like spent months of his life like coming in a jar that had like a little figurine of Shutterfly in it, and then like the semen was like, God, this is getting gross. Sorry. The semen was like rotting, like it was like fermenting in the jar, and it was like the grossest thing in the world. But yeah. That was the thing that happened on the internet. So, jar of cum, not unheard of.
Was it you?
Yes. Yeah. Remember why you stepped inside these shoes today? I got these pinks and reds, so why's this life so bluish gray? Life is formless, but these days it's all congruent shapes. I talk to you, you never write me back, you got me losing faith. But honestly, I can't complain. I got this girl, I got these fans that say I rock the world. It paints a rocky mural, so why the fuck am I just sitting all alone in my room with songs that used to make me happy blaring on my iTunes? Smoke me up, you can taste the resin in me. Trying not to get too personal, my friends will listen and resent me. You say you always chasing summertime nights. Nobody told me that those days would be so fucking finite. Like dead in my relationships, that love had died twice. Left them in the cold, it's like I'm rubbing dry ice. Mama told me twice I should be loving my life. Why am I afraid? I need some love in my life. Fuck.